Hello and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular episode, I'd like to talk a little bit about E-2 visas and the investment part. A lot of people think that, the only investment they can use is the actual money they put in the business, and that's not entirely true. Basically, any amount of money that you put in for any reason to get the business going and to get the E-2 working can be deducted as a business expense. So let me take, for example, let's say that you come to the U.S. 3 times in order to scope out a business location, in order to get somebody to work on the corporation, in order to do your research at the downtown library. And so just on those examples I gave, you could deduct the cost of the plane fare for coming here 3 times, the food, the expenses. You could do the bus fare, the parking. All of this stuff can be used as a business expense for this particular venture. Additionally, you could use all attorney's fees. So whatever the attorney charges, in order to make sure it's done right and to put it through, you can deduct as part of the investment for this particular venture. You just add it. So let's say you have, let's just say, for example, you have $60,000 investment, and between the airfare, the attorney's fees, and some other things, maybe you get another $10,000. So that's $70,000, and that's fully legitimate, and it's able to be used. A lot of times, people think that when the E-2 is submitted, that they're limited to only, for example, what they use to purchase the shares, and that's all they can use. People just don't snap their fingers and the E-2 is done. There's a lot of work to get the E-2. So even by time they get to the attorney and ready to get a good E-2 filed, there's been a lot of expenses that have gone forward in order to get to that point. So number one, keep a good list of all the expenses, and if you come to my office, I'll look at it and I'll see which expenses are properly deductible or added actually as a business expense and investment for the E-2, and which ones are not. Obviously, if you went to Disneyland, that's not going to be business expense for the E-2, okay, unless you're building an amusement park and you're doing research. Keep that in mind, because E-2 visa petitions are not the easiest petition in the world to get, and it does necessitate having to get a law firm that knows what they're doing, that is experienced with doing E-2 petitions, and that can help you. So if you can use the attorney's fees as an expense as part of the investment, you may as well get someone who knows what they're doing and who gives you a better chance of success than otherwise, okay? This is not the type of petition you want to give someone their first shot, or someone who doesn't do it all the time, okay? So if you want a consultation, the initial consultation is free, and if you like the video, click subscribe, like, and you can call my office. I'll set something up for you, and then we'll go from there. Okay, more on the coming videos.